So hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm of course the Spiffing Brit, and today you join me in the fantastic game of Total War Three Kingdoms, the latest game to be released in the Total War franchise. Now, we've only ever played two Total Wars. No, we've played three Total Wars, haven't we already? So I guess this is now our fourth foray into the wonderful world of Total War. Yet, it took 4 forays into Total War for them to actually add tea into the game. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, finally. This is the Total War where they have tea. It's a physical resource on the map. You can drink it, you can harvest it, you can trade it. It's fantastic. It's everything I wanted in this game, and yet so much more. But what are we doing here in the game today, ladies and gentlemen? Well, I'm going to be showing off to you 3 lovely cheesy exploits, and yes, they're all going to break your game to varying degrees. This first exploit that I show you can ruin all multiplayer games, and so I'm going to be very careful when I show this one off, because hopefully it will be fixed soon. Chances are it's probably still going to be in the game for a few more weeks, but if you want to basically win every single multiplayer game, then look at what I'm about to do now, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're all ready, make sure you're sat back, you're relaxed with a nice warm cup of tea in front of you, and today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show you how to break Total War Three Kingdoms. Let us have a foray into the multiplayer. So like any good Total War game, there's of course a multiplayer section where you can join some of these fantastic games. Look at them, but we don't want to join a scrub normal multiplayer game. No. We instead want to do the true battles. You see, you can do custom battles and ranked battles. These are ranked battles that affect your standing on the leaderboard. That's right, you can get to the top of the leaderboard using the exploit I'm about to show you. I strongly advise against it, but hey, if you have absolutely no moral compass whatsoever, just like most of the generals in Three Kingdoms, then you'll fit right in. So what you want to do is load up the custom battles section. And as you can see here in the lovely custom battles section, you can say have the AI generate an army. Look at that, a nice lovely army there. And they're quite powerful. Our army, of course, not so good, but one thing you can do is say turn on large armies. Wow, look at how big that AI army is now. And suddenly you're allowed to have 6 generals instead of 3. Now, it must be known that in the competitive side of the Total War Three Kingdoms scene, you're only allowed 3 generals in a fight. However, of course, in a large battle you can have 6. So we're going to give ourselves 6 generals. Let's say Zhu Chu, Huangzong, and He-Man. Yes, He-Man. And if you want, you can even give yourself multiple He-Mans. There you go, just 4 He-Mans all running around being He-Man. However, I made a little template earlier which we can take a look at. Allow me to present to you the Yeet Force 9000, costing us 9,000 gold. This is the Yeet Force 9000, a specially selected group of ultimate meme lords and fighters. It is quite simple. All you need is a Zhu Chu, a Huangzong, a He-Man, a Zhang Fei, and more Zhang Feis because, you know, they're just brilliant. And you want to make sure they're all at the highest level they can be, meaning each of them costs you 1,500. Now, what if I told you these could take all of that, no problem? There might be a few of you sat at home going, that sounds a bit suspicious, but don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. I know what you want to do is back out and take a look at what lies before you. You have historical battles or ranked battles. We, of course, want a ranked battle. Now, if you want to play against your friends, then hey, feel free to do that, and that way you probably won't feel as scummy when you do this, because against public people... yeah, but don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, against the person we're playing, I'm going to concede defeat. I'm not going to give them the worst and most aggravating defeat they've ever seen before. So there we go, we found a nice match and we'll load into the lobby. Also, today's cup of tea was brought to you by the lovely folks at Yorkshire Tea, and by goodness, is it a fantastic Yorkshire Tea blend today. And now that we're in the game, you just want to load up your Yeet Boys 9000, so we load up them and hit load. Now, you can see something interesting has happened because it shows that we have 6 units, despite the fact that we clearly only have 3. That's where this funkiness kind of comes into play. And the thing is, you can even add units if you like. If you want a couple of horsemen, you can whack on a few horsemen, and now we have 186 men in our army. Now that seems good. We've spent all of our points, a ton of horsemen and some generals. That's all we want. Glorious. Now, many historians would look at you and say, hang on a second, Spiff, Yorkshire Tea didn't exist during the time of the Three Kingdoms. And that's where I say you're wrong. You see, Three Kingdoms history, there's a lot of it up in the air. A lot of people are saying it was literally just written by one bloke whilst he was smoking tea leaves, but I say it actually physically happened. Yorkshire Tea was there, supporting them on the sidelines, handing out tea. Anyway, here we are, just loading into a lovely game. And by goodness, this game is gorgeous in terms of Total War games. Oh, the detail. Mwah. Admittedly, it does help that I am running a brand new computer from the lovely chaps at Overclockers UK. I did buy it myself, but they gave me some nice, lovely discounts, and by goodness, is this an absolute beast of a PC now. Although apparently they decided they couldn't fulfill my request of having the water cooling system inside the PC just be filled with tea, but maybe that's one for the scientists of the futures to try and conquer. Can we get tea inside of a computer? Even better, could we attach a kettle to the side of the computer? Oh, now that would be good. Here we are in the game, we're ready, and as you can see, our army is with us. We have 6 yellow turban horsemen, some of the strongest horse people in the game, and we have our 6 generals in a game mode where you're only allowed 3. This seems suspicious, Spiff. What have you done here? And even better, these generals, my goodness, they are memey. Allow me to demonstrate why. You see, in this game, generals have abilities. This general here has incredibly good ranged attack, melee evasion. He's just fantastic at everything. But he has a special ability, which is to decrease morale of an enemy, and it basically hits them, they get minus 20 morale. There's quite a high chance they'll run away. Then we've got Zuchu, because he's just a fantastic fighter and does incredible things, including massive damage resistance. Then we have our Scholar, who has the ability to just buff everyone in the area. That's fantastic. And then finally, Zhang Fei. Zhang Fei's special ability is in a massive circle around him, everyone receives minus 100 morale. That's enough to make all the units around you immediately retreat. Now we have 3 of them, meaning we can immediately retreat one group, then the next, and then the next, as we can use this 3 times. The only way to counter this is to have a good fighter, but the issue is I have Zhu Chu, the single greatest champion in this game. He is completely broken because of the fact that he resists 50% of all damage he takes. Anyway, now the enemy player is going to start noticing something slightly awry. He has a nice combination of horses and 2 generals. Yep, the plain old 2 generals, the amount you're actually meant to have, versus 6 generals and some incredible horsey boys. Now I'm going to wait for him to make the first move because this is going to be completely and utterly wacky. Let's go, horsey boys. Let's go. This is the Great Tea Crusade, and there is something quite satisfying about having 3 generals who are all the same, and I love the fact that their swords are kind of like snakes. So here we go, off to battle. And of course we have our lovely little archer dude who has the ability to shoot arrows literally everywhere. Look at him, plus 100% range attack rate. He just shoots so quickly. Anyway, hero ball, get ready. What you want to do is group up your hero ball and have them charge. And we'll have all of our horses charge into the right flank. And finally, our fighters are getting ready. And also, we'll do the surprise attack, which gives everyone around us increased speed and attack. There we go. And so now we end up in the fight. Glorious stuff. And you want to pop off your first Blazing Roar. That adds a minus 100 morale. And as you can see, all of the units around us are now wavering. And their morale is at minus 49. And so they're about to break. There we go. We've just routed the entirety of the enemy army. And that is their entire infantry all gone. And that's only one of them. You know, we've got 2 more of these to go. We're not quite done yet. Oh no, he actually conceded. Oh no. I'm so sorry, I would have given you that victory. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, that battle took 2 minutes. And ladies and gentlemen, that's how to win the ranked battle section of Total War 3 Kingdoms. Thank you for watching, everyone. Make sure to smash like and subscribe and watch another compilation of 3 Kingdoms. Oh, goodness. Oh, there are some very wacky combinations we can come up with, which I haven't even finished off looking at yet. You know, we're going to have another meme go. We're going to swap out Zhang Fei here and replace him with the legendary meme lord that is Zhu Glang. He has Way of the Wind, which basically means all of his range stuff is completely over the top. So what you want to do is get rid of all of these Jade Dragons we recruited, which were fantastic. And in the game, we're going to be using him and loading him up with some fantastic melee cavalry. And finally, we want trebuchets. Trebuchets are fantastic. They can't do melee fighting, but by goodness can they yeet objects very fast. So we're going to be spawning in a couple of those when we get into the game. Now we just want to simply save our army preset as OP, Ples, Nerf, and hit save. Job done. Now you want to back out of this, go into rank battles again and find another match. Terribly sorry for the one player whose game I ruined today. If they'd like to seek compensation, then call this number on screen now and I'll send some Yorkshire tea your way. If you've been affected by by some of the shenanigans you've seen on screen today, then you could be entitled to PPI compensation. Have you suffered a workplace accident from a sudden increase of 6 He-Mans consistently destroying all of your morale? Then you could be entitled to up to 1,000 Yorkshire tea bags. Call now and find out more today. I must say, I absolutely love this game. It is a complete and utter shenanigans, but the issue is, yeah, the morale is completely broken. Because you can do minus 100 morale, you can cause the enemy heroes around you to rout and run away. Meaning, if you were to say duel the person who has the massive hero ball, he can simply rout your hero away from the combat. And there you go, you've just won. This game is a majestical sausage indeed. Ah, here we go. We found our next victim. Victim? No. Merely friendly rival, yet another Chinese player. Anyway, let's load into the game. Load successful. 4 trebuchets, and we of course still have our hero ball. Let us begin. Oh, right. I think I'll do 1 volley of trebuchets and then immediately just concede because it's unfair. So here we go. The Battle of Anding, quite famously fought between 6 completely over-the-top romanced heroes and just a pile of trebuchets, really. And now we begin the long load time as we connect via carrier pigeon to an Asian internet server. Oh, and here we go. Here's all the catapults. We'll just put ourselves in a position where we can hit the entirety of the enemy in one go. That seems good. And then we want all of our heroes lined up and ready to go. So yes, we'll group up all the fighty heroes, and then we've got all the trebuchets here, and our lovely strategist in charge of trebuchets. Right, and I think I'm ready. Oh, their army is deployed all the way over there. Fantastic. Right, trebuchets, use flammable round and fire. And go! Everyone fight. Oh, goodness. What have we done? What have I done, actually? Right, trebuchets, fire. Go with the funky flammable rounds. They're trying as best as they can to stop our trebuchets. So I think they'll probably do it, actually. I think they're likely to win this fight, excluding our ability to rout everything. Yeah, the routing ability is probably going to throw it in our favour, now that I think about it. Yeah, there's that big rout going. Oh, I'm so sorry, unknown Chinese player. Trebuchets, open fire into just all of our own units. It's okay, you'll be fine. Oh, strategist man, do your strategist. Oh my goodness, what have we done here? I'm so sorry, Total War players. I'm so sorry. I just shouldn't be doing this to games, should I? And there we go. Their entire army is mass routed. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And whilst it routes, we lob flaming balls of great big fire into them. You know what? They are wavering, so I'm going to concede defeat, as it's too risky. There's a chance that they could actually have lost there. I don't want that. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's how to cheese the game. Completely and utterly. 232 kills. That's why the trebuchet is so good. My goodness. What an incredible machine. There we go. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's our brief foray into the fantastic world of multiplayer Total War Free Kingdoms. So instead, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to do for this next part of the video is to demonstrate to you another exploit. This is going to be using the fantastic, if you can believe it, economy system in this game to completely and utterly cheese all diplomacy. Now, the exploit that I'm going to be showing can be used by literally anyone, but instead we're going to be playing as Liu Bei because he has a very nice friend early on. So, we start out as Liu Bei. He's very special because he actually starts out with absolutely no land in this game. But we're going to take him from being a no-land peasant to a lord of tea and money. Anyway, we want to defeat this army in front of us, Zhao Bao. Apparently that's our mission. You want to take that and then Dong the Iron Mine. Well, it is generally called Dong. That's fantastic. Let us seize the Dong. But before we do that, we just want to throw our army into Zhao Bao. This is the Yellow Turban Rebel Forces. I'm just going to auto-resolve this. It would have been a lovely easy one. Perfect. Job done. So there we go. And now we want to capture Dong the Iron Mine. So we'll get our army and march it down to Dong. And this should be yet another very easy delegation victory and success. Lovely. And we're going to use the lovely occupy function. Perfect. Now in this game there's a lot of diplomacy going on. To our south we have this fantastic lovely old dude here of the Tao Quins, I'm pretty sure. He is a fantastic friend of ours. As you can see, he kind of likes us just a little bit. Positive 18 friendship. That's not bad at all. But basically basically, we're in a situation where we like money and we don't have much land at the moment, so we could really do with gaining more money per turn. As we can see, our money per turn is shown here, 94. Basically, we're making no money whatsoever. 94, not much money at all. But we do have 5,600 lying around in the bank. So maybe there's something we can do with that 5,600 to increase our gain per turn. Now, the game would have you believe the best way to go about doing that is to build up larger armies and upgrade the existing land you have. Look at this, come on, we gained 200 per turn from it. Spending 3,700, we'd only gain an extra 100 per turn. That's useless, that's terrible, we don't want that. Instead, we want to make money by just doing nothing. And the best way to do that, go over to Talquain here, negotiate, and let's do a bit of trading with him. Firstly, let's get a trade agreement. Now, trade agreements cost you absolutely nothing, excluding the fact that I can ask for a trade agreement and then immediately also request a regular payment from him. Now, a regular payment is basically over the course of 10 turns, he will pay us a set amount of gold. The base is to give us 50 gold every turn for 10 turns, resulting in, you guessed it ladies and gentlemen, 500 gold. Not bad at all, but we can increase this just a little bit. Here we go, we found the sweet spot. We can offer him a trade deal, which guess what, gives us money as well. And in return, we receive 125 gold every turn for 10 turns. That is fantastic. That has suddenly taken our income to suddenly something a fair bit higher. Also, trade has added 245 to our income already. So that's brilliant. We've gone from 94 to 464. But let's get it higher. How do we make it higher? Well, to make it higher, we're going to want to do it again. We're going to request regular payments. What you want to do is click this button up till you hit a sweet spot around about 23 and 24. And then what you want to do is slowly tick down until you find a beautiful sweet spot. Okay, this is the sweet spot here. Basically, at 117, this deal is a position of minus 2.2, meaning we need to give something of positive 2.2 for them to want to do this deal. However, you can tick this down a bit from, say, 117 to 114, and in their eyes, this is still a minus 2.2 deal. Meaning giving 114 gold per turn, in their eyes, is the exact same as giving 117. This is where the exploit occurs, because in return, we can ask them, what do you want to make this deal work? They are asking, quite simply, for 636 gold as a one-off payment, and in return, they'll give us 117 gold per turn. This immediately is effectively a loan. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we're giving them a lot of money in the short term, and over a long period of time, they're giving us a lot more money. In this case, they'll be giving us 117 gold times 10, meaning they're going to be giving us 1,170 gold. In return, we're basically giving them almost half that. However, you can actually lower this even more. You can probably take this from 636 to 630, and if you're even lucky, you can take this down to 625, maybe even 620. No, 620 is too far. 621, perfect. And now you want to remember this number. So there we go. Basically, we give them 621 gold, and in return, we get given 1,170 gold. That is how capitalism works, ladies and gentlemen. So immediately, we're going to propose this deal. He loves it. Fantastic. Now, you want to remember those numbers, because immediately we're going to go back to him, negotiate again, trade, request regular payments of 117, and lo and behold, it's the same, 2.2, and then we do make this work. It's immediately defaulted to 624. Let's drop it down to 623. 622. Oh, can we do 621? There we go, perfect. And then once again, we do the exact same deal. We give 621, we get 1,000 back. Deal again. And I'm going to repeat this just a few times, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm not quite done yet, as you can see, but what you can see is that basically we've stacked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times him giving us a large amount of gold per turn. And even though we hold one piece of land, which is literally an iron mine, one of the worst things in the game in terms of money making early on, we are gaining 1,000 gold per turn. A fantastic thing. And we're not even done yet, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, request regular payment, and then we'll do 117, make this work, drop it down from 628 to 621, propose deal, job done. And as we do this, his money slowly ticks up, our money slowly ticks down. This is where we can start cheesing the AI just a little bit. And there we go, fantastic. We've done all of our lovely deals, and in return, we're down to 29 gold, but we are making 1,107 gold per turn. As you can see, his money has risen to a fantastic 7,500. Not bad at all. Well done. Talquain, he's a lovely guy. He absolutely loves us. Look at it. Past friendships plus 27 relationship. By the way, this is actually really low. You can get this up to 150. And guess what? He'll give you even more favorable trade deals. But nonetheless, these are our fantastic deals we have going on. And on top of this, we could technically steal some land if we really wanted. Like, say, we could ask for his farmland. That's minus 16.7 that he's willing to give us his farmland for. Technically, in return, then, we could offer an absolute ton of gold. And this is where you can start getting a little bit cheesy. So he's giving us effectively 1,200 gold per turn. And in return, one thing we can do is give him 626 gold per turn. Effectively half what he's giving us per turn. And if we also throw in just a random guy, if you have some spare gold floating around, you could replace this ancillary that I'm giving him for just some gold. But it's just some random builder dude. So we can drop that in, and in return, he'll give us an entire region of his land. And yeah, that's where things can get a little bit cheesy. So if you want to take China without actually even invading anywhere, you can just buy land off of everyone. Alternatively, one thing we can do is request payments from him. So this is basically, instead of requesting gold per turn, we are requesting just a bulk sum of gold. What you want to do is get this up to about 2.2. There you go, this region seems about good. As you can see, we can go down one and that number doesn't change, so you want to get this about as high as you can without the game breaking. There we go, the cutoff point, 962, perfect. And then you want to hit make this deal work. Now, this is where things start getting a little bit awry, because we've managed to convince the lovely Tao Quain here that he'd like to give us some of our money back. As you remember, we just gave him a ton of gold on the promise that he's going to give us gold per turn. Now, Tao Quinn suddenly has a ton of gold in his inventory. He loves the fact that he has this much gold. However, he's also willing to give us some of that gold back because he doesn't need 7,589 gold. In fact, he'd be happy with 0 gold because he's an AI for some reason. So he is willing to give us 962 gold in bulk, but in return, we need to give him 88 gold per turn. That means over the course of 10 turns, we're giving him 880 gold, and we're receiving 962 gold up front. Can you see the issue here? We've effectively done the exact reverse of what we've just done. So yes, I love this deal. Thank you very much, Tao Quain. I'm going to remember that. 962 and 88. Perfect. So we made this fantastic deal. And now we want to negotiate again after doing such a fantastic deal. So what you want to do is, of course, request a payment. Yes, 962, the perfect amount. Make this deal work. Perfect number is 88. So you just repeat this deal again when you have these two perfect numbers. You want the highest on this end, the lowest on this end. So we get 962 gold, and in return we give 88 gold per turn. And I'm just going to repeat this until I've completely drained him of funds. So I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Go grab yourself a nice cup of tea. And if your name's Dave and you don't have a cup of tea because, hey, you might be some kind of heretical coffee drinker, then just know that I'm greatly disappointed and I've forwarded on your situation to the Queen. And she might set her corgis upon you. You have been warned. And if you're sat here thinking, well, Spiff, look, this is great, but this is only like early game, you're not really getting too much from this. Well, that's because, ladies and gentlemen, in the later game, this scales as a percentage. So the profits we're making now are at effectively 200% because we're giving money and gaining a profit on it, and then we're getting the money back with a profit. So effectively, we're getting infinite money for free. But also this scales late game. So if, say, Tao Quain here, let's say had 60,000 instead of 6,000. That way, when we're doing this deal, instead of making a profit of about 200 every time we do this deal, we'd instead be making a profit of 2,000 every time we did this deal. Everything scales perfectly in this game for some reason. So now you can see we're in a unique situation. When we started this exchange, we had about, I think it was 5,000 gold maybe in our inventory, and we were gaining only 94 gold per turn or something like that. Yeah, it was something ridiculously low like that. Now we've finished and we have 7,131 gold, and we're also gaining 1,200 gold per turn from diplomacy, whilst only spending 528 gold on diplomacy. Yes, this is absolutely wacky. And of course, if we want more, hey, you can just do it more. If you, I don't know, for some reason want to unify and become a glorious faction together, if you want, say, some of their lands, like, I love that idea of taking a farmland from them. So let's ask for that glorious farmland they have. How much is that going to cost me? 16. Okay. What if I make a payment of, say, a few thousand? So we go 1,500. That's quite a good little buff. And then we could also make some regular payments. So, here's a lovely little trade we can do. Because, of course, we have infinite gold. If we want, say, more land, we can trade with Talquain. So, yeah, we can give Talquain here what is effectively just over 5,000 gold. And in return, he'll give us a fabulous piece of farmland of his, which we could use to, I don't know, harvest the crops of and actually have food in our empire. Because, lo and behold, we actually have none. And, of course, if you want to increase your money per turn even higher, then don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, you just once again request regular payments, find that lovely sweet spot. Actually, wait, 49 is his maximum. Have we actually capped him out? Yes, we've broken his income. Perfect. And so for that, he's willing to, oh goodness, yes, he's willing to give us 490 gold in return for 450. Well, let's drop this even more. Let's say 440. Oh, let's say 430. Yep, perfect. So he's going to give us 490 gold in return for 430 over a long term. And, oh goodness. And that's all his money. He is no longer making gold per turn. He's just given it all to us. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, what a game we play. What a glorious and beautiful game we play. And you know what, whilst we're here, we can just upgrade our lovely little iron mine now. There we go. Let's upgrade that iron mine. No problem. There we go. Fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. This is how to get Liu Bei to just be an absolute meme lord of pure success and just, oh, general winning. Now, sadly, of course, we are at war with a lot of people, but hey, you know, it doesn't have to be that way. We have a lot of gold now, so we can find some we're at war with, say, this guy here, Wang Shao. He's not that difficult of a fight, if I'm honest, but if we wanted peace, we can do. Oh, he actually never wants peace. Wow, that guy's pretty intense. Let's say the Yellow Turban Rebellion. Oh, they'd love peace. Wow, they really would take just peace immediately. Wow, that's nice and easy. You can pursue a route of just complete and utter peace, where you don't fight anyone. You're just friends with everyone. You don't want to fight people because, you know, you're a lovely guy. You've got a lot of money. You're not interested in that sort of thing. If you really want to play that kind of playstyle, then there's a character, I think over here somewhere, positioned around about here. Yes, I think one of the settlements around here. And he is effectively a trader. He's a monopolistic trader. And basically, he gets a ridiculous amount of gold per turn. And he has positive diplomatic relations with everyone, especially if you go down, say, this reform tree, where you give yourself tons of magical bonuses. You can just massively max out your diplomacy skills, and you can effectively trick the AIs into not being able to attack you, and then just win a nice little diplomatic victory over everyone, because who doesn't like a good diplomatic victory? Oh my goodness, I absolutely love this game. It's great fun. It's fantastic. I mean, it's like the only Total War game with tea. Why wouldn't they have more, if I'm honest? Also, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, hey, if you want to see another episode of Total War Three Kingdoms, then I have one more exploit I can show you. And when I say exploit, it's pretty big. It takes a fair bit to pull off, ladies and gentlemen. It's a magical feat situated over here in the world of China. But when done correctly, you can effectively start the Mongol invasion in whatever year it is, 190 CE, I think. Yeah, it's perfectly balanced. Oh, here we go. We found our lovely mercantile master. It's Mr. Kong Rong. There you go. He owns this land over here. Now we've encountered the lovely Kong Rong. Lo and behold, once again, we can do this lovely little cheesy deal thing, where, as you can see, he's going to give us 166 gold over 10 turns, also known as 1,660 gold, and in return, all we have to give him is 885. Oh, no. How about 880? You know, whilst we're at it, how about 870 instead? 875? Perfect. There you go. 875 we lose in the short term, but in the long term, we gain 1,660, which is, oh, quite a lot of money. So thank you very much, Kong Rong. We've effectively turned into a massive loan shark. The loan shark of Liu Bei, they would call us. I mean, you just don't even need money from your own lands, if I'm honest. It's just not really worth it. Instead, you just steal land from everyone else. Yes, if you'd like to see another Total War Three Kingdoms video, then I will make sure it can be a reality. But as it will take a lot of effort to do this next exploit, I'm afraid I'm going to have to set a like target to it, because by goodness, I would need a lot of support for it. So I'm going to say a fantastic, and I believe in you that you can do this, 15,000 likes. I'll sit down and I will record the strangest exploit I've ever found in the Total War series. In Rome 2 Total War, we had completely and utterly free spear units, and they would fight very well and they were great. But in this game, there's something worse. There's something much, much worse. Something powerful. Something that has no counter. Something so strong. A unit which is free, spawns instantly, replenishes instantly, enemy is effectively invulnerable in all battles and has no counter. There is no hard counter to it. Not ranged, not spears, not cavalry, not even generals can stop it. And so for that, ladies and gentlemen, that can be a glorious video for the future. One powered by a lot of tea. Anyway, so there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. I've demonstrated to you some fantastic exploits for Total War 3 Kingdoms and how to certainly have a lot of fun during your very fun and cheesy games of this game. So I strongly recommend you load up the game, give these exploits a try because hey, they might not last for much longer. And also if you have enjoyed this video today, then hey, please do give this a like as it massively helps me out. Thank you very much. And if you'd like to see more of these fantastic and jazzy wonderful videos, then hey, make sure to be subscribed, as that way you get to know as soon as possible when I upload next. And I must say, thank you very much for 500,000 subscribers. We seem to be getting really quickly heading towards 550,000, which is something I did not expect, so hey, thank you very much. It's absolutely blown myself and my editor away. We have no idea of how to keep up, really. I mean, I was trying to plan something for the 500,000 sub celebration, but then it just kind of hit me in the face like a large mug of tea. There wasn't really much I could do. But hey, nonetheless, hopefully we can plan something rather majestic for some of the future sub goals. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I will see all of you in the next one. Goodbye for now. Thank you as always to my majestic patrons. You guys are absolutely fantastic. Each and every one of these majestic and lovely Brits bankroll these fantastic videos and allow me to pay for my editor and give you these wonderful videos that you've seen today. And if you're wondering what video to watch next, then look no further than this one on screen now. Trust me, you're gonna love it. It's fantastic. Anyway, without further ado, I'll see all of you in the next one. Have an absolutely lovely day. Goodbye for now, and go refill up your cup of tea. You should have had a third cup of tea by now. Come on, those are rookie numbers. Get them higher.